Hi guys, chapter 13 of Lemons by Melissa Savage. Finally, Thursday. What time is it now? Tobin asked, tapping his Bigfoot watch and holding it to his ear. He's sitting at Charlie's kitchen table finishing a blue yarn ball that's in the puzzle. It's finally Thursday. 5 minutes past the last time you asked me, I tell him, giving a boiling Oscar Mayer hot dog another good stir in the stove. I didn't think Tobin was actually going to make it to this day. The day that the film from the photomat is supposed to be ready. He's only talked about it every single second of every single day. Didn't he say he was going to close a few minutes early to pick up the film from the photomat? Where is he already? Tobin shakes his wrist this time, like it's going to make the Bigfoot arms move even faster. He'll be here when he gets here. Check the tater tots, please. They should be light brown. He ignores me while he searches for all the puzzle pieces with light blue in them. I grab the quilted oven mitt myself. Did you hear that? The kitchen chair scrapes on the floor, and he jumps up from the table, darting out the room. The screen door slams. I open the oven. I pull out the pan of tater tots. They are a tater tot masterpiece, superbly brown with perfect amounts of crispness. The screen door slams again. False alarm, Tobin announces, sitting back down and adjusting his chin strap. I found out that the only time he takes the hat off is for bed and baths. I also found out that his mother is a nurse at St. Joseph's Hospital, all the way in Blue Lake, and only has Sundays off, which is why he's always at Charlie's house. I still don't know anything about his dad. Tobin never ever talks about him. Where is he? Tobin says, tapping his watch again. It's only 5:15, I tell him. Didn't you two synchronize to 1735 hours? I roll my eyes. Yeah? Well, it's not 1735 hours yet. Which I also learned is really 5:35 in military time. But I only learned that because Tobin typed up a military time conversion chart for me. Tobin sighs loudly and goes back to his puzzle. I pull 3 plates out of the cupboard and 3 forks from the drawer, and I fold 3 paper towels from the roll to set a table around him. At exactly 5:33, we hear Jake, Charlie's old station wagon, grumble up the driveway, and all I see is Tobin's vapors, and airborne puzzle pieces fly everywhere. The screen door slams again. Did you get it? Did you get it? Tobin demands from out on the front porch. Got it, Charlie calls back to him. Help me with this first. I give the hot dogs one final stir in the pot, then turn the stove off, and I head out to meet them. When I get to the screen door, I see Charlie and Tobin pulling a bike out of the back of Jake. What's that? I ask slowly, pushing the screen door open. Charlie carries a bike up the porch steps, and he sets it down in front of me. Can't get around on the handlebars all summer long, he tells me, and I stare at it. It's beautiful, possibly the most beautiful bike I've ever seen, the most beautiful bike that there's ever been. I point to myself. It's for me? I can't stop staring at it. It's a light pink, and with a pink and white and green striped banana seat, with a brown wicker basket in the front, perfect for the kitten Mama had promised me for my 11th birthday. I look up at Charlie. He's smiling really big, an actual real smile, with teeth and everything. I smile back at him. Then he nods, like we've said all we need to say, and he pulls open the screen door, disappearing inside. Tobin comes up the steps, examining the movie roll over his wire rims. Isn't it the most beautiful bike you've ever seen? I breathe. What are you going on about a bike for when this is the moment that'll go down in Bigfoot history? No, United States of American history. World history. This, Tobin holds the film canister in my face and starts dancing a jig. This is it. Patterson, Gimlin, and Sky. He sings as he dances. Patterson, Gimlin, and Sky. Channel 4 News. Here I come. What's the big deal with being on the news? I ask. Because it means something if you're on the news. It's significant. It's important. It matters. And everyone will know it. Everyone will know me, and they will know that I matter too. Mr. Tobin Sky. Who says that you don't matter now? I ask him. He stops dancing around and he looks at me. Hey, Charlie calls from the inside. What smells so good in here? Charlie eats 3 hot dogs with 2 helpings of tater tots. I eat 2 hot dogs with 3 helpings of tater tots. Tobin takes 1 bite of his hot dog and doesn't even make a dent in his tater tots. And then he complains the whole time that we're the world's slowest eaters. I can't believe we're just sitting here eating boiled hot dogs when cryptozoological history is about to be made, he gripes. When are we going to watch the movie already? How can you blame me for savoring my food when these gourmet hot dogs and tots are the very best I've ever had? Charlie says to me. What's your secret? Well, I wipe my mouth with my paper towel. I stir the hot dogs while they're boiling. Ah, he says as he leans back in his chair. Well, you've certainly got the touch. There's no denying that. I reach for another spoonful of tater tots. Tobin puts his hand on top of mine. You've got to be kidding, he says. Okay, Charlie says, pushing his chair back from the table. Let's get that movie laced up. Finally, Tobin jumps up from his seat like a jack-in-the-box, and he runs from the room. 5 minutes later, Charlie is sitting on the kitchen chair, squinting through his glasses in front of the projector, trying to thread the film, while Tobin stands over him, giving him directions. In through there. Yep, that's right. Now that way. Yep, right there. Yep, Tobin points. I think he probably already knows how to do it, I say. Tobin doesn't even hear me. Up that way. Uh-huh, he goes on. The projector kind of looks like an upside-down bicycle with 2 wheels. The film is wound up on the first wheel and snakes through tunnels and around knobs all through the machine until it comes out the back and winds up on the empty rear wheel. When they're finally ready, Tobin and I settle in on the living room sofa, which is covered in a big green leafy pattern, while Charlie closes the matching drapes over the front window. Ladies and gentlemen, Charlie announces, thank you for attending the Bigfoot Detectives' first official Bigfoot screening. Is everybody ready to make history? Ready, we call back at the same time. Lights, he flicks the switch on the wall. Camera. The projector starts to go clickety-clack, clickety-clack, as it pulls the movie through its tunnels and around the knobs. Action, Tobin yells. We wait, watching the wall in front of us where the light of the projector shines. First, there are only gray, squiggly lines bouncing. Then a white square. Then a countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then the first image pops up. It's a blurry forest. A jumping, blurry forest. It feels a little like being on Tobin's handlebars with one eye closed in the dark. There are grainy trees, fuzzy bushes, and shadowy shapes. Tobin moves to the very edge of the couch, leaning closer to the images that bump and bumble against the wall. I'm running here, he explains. That's why it's so jumpy. You can't see anything with you running like that, I tell him. Keep watching, he says, his eyes wide, searching every inch of each frame. I stop when I get close to him. After a while, it feels like I'm on a roller coaster ride that's way too long, and I start to wish that I hadn't eaten that very last hot dog or that very last helping of tater tots. There, Tobin points, bouncing up from his seat. I saw him duck down there, right behind that tree. That tree there. See it? Can you see him? He's right there. Tobin's standing now, pointing to a dark, hazy shape bouncing against the wall. It's so dark, I say, leaning again forward. It looks like a tree stump to me. Are you blind? It's not a stump. He's there. He points again. Right between those two trees. Don't you see him? Do you? I ask. He squints hard at the wall. Yes, he's there, right there. Wait, no. He's there, right there. The dark shape behind the pine tree. Here, wait, he's here. The projector chugs for a few more seconds. Then the film flies loose off the back reel, making a clickety-clockety sound. Charlie turns the projector off, flicks the light switch back on. I'm sorry, Tobin, Charlie says. It was just too dark for anyone to be sure of what it was. Tobin drops back down on the couch, just like a wet sack. Nothing. He sulks with his chin on his chest. The Miller pictures were better than these. I want to tell him, look who's complaining now. I want to tell him, look who doesn't know how to make lemonade now. But I don't. What we need to do is a real expedition. Tobin turns to me. What do you say? An expedition, I ask. Yeah, we'll need to plan a camping trip out in the middle of the woods and stay there until we find something. Did he just say middle of the woods? The woods where a real, live, woolly monster is supposedly living? Where there are bugs and bears and snakes and poison ivy and other generally disgusting and itchy and scary things? When he talked of expedition before, I guess I kind of just figured he meant a tent in Charlie's backyard. He didn't say anything about the woods. Tobin is staring at me, waiting for my answer. I want to ask him where we'll sleep, what we'll eat, and how on earth are we supposed to go to the bathroom? Instead, I think of the little red-headed girl in the round frame hidden under my mattress. The spitting image, Mrs. Dickerson said so. She's me and I'm her, somewhere inside of me, even if she's lost right now under molten lava that spews without warning. Okay, I guess, I say. Now, how's that for making lemonade? I want to ask him, but I don't, because I'm still worried about where on earth I'm going to go to the bathroom out in the middle of the woods. That's it. Chapter 13. Hope y'all have a great day, and you can join me tomorrow for Chapter 14.